Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the December 9th, 2024 Planning Board meeting. Can we first please stand for the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. First on the agenda, we have correspondence. I do want to note that we got a location change for some parking spots at Wipe Your Paws. Planning Department has no issues with it. They feel it's a safer situation. Anybody have any concerns?
No.
Anything else in the correspondence?
We're gonna, just on that, we'll write a memo on it, your acceptance, so it's in the record.
Okay. What is the?
Do we have to do anything on the meetings for the 2025?
I don't want to talk about it. Just, I can't believe it. Any issues?
No. We need a resolution, just promulgating the dates? No? Okay,
Can't believe it.
all right.
No issues with the calendar?
No issues.
All right, we'll move on to meeting minutes for November 18th, 2024. Any issues, corrections, additions?
No.
Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes of November 18th, 2024?
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'll go into the regular portion of the meeting. First on the agenda, we have Guiding Eyes for the Blind. This is a request for one-year term extension. Location's 3241 Crampon Road.
Hello, everyone. Joe Tavrina, the principal, site design consultant, project engineer for Guiding Eyes. We are asking for a time extension. Our current approval expires December 18th. We are well along in our process and moving towards getting signed site plans. The major obstacle we're facing right now is Army Corps sign-off. We made application to them July 31st. They were initially responsive but have been non-responsive for several months, so we're pushing on that. We've gotten confirmation from the DC that they have no jurisdiction on the nationwide or need for a nationwide, so we're only waiting for the Army Corps. And that's where we stand right now. As I said, we're going to start to get our ducks in a row, so once we get that in place, we can get signed site plans.
Okay. Yep. Any issues from the board?
None.
No?
No.
Counselor?
No, Mr. Chair.
John?
Nothing here.
No issues. Do I have a motion to approve the one-year time extension request for Guiding Eyes of the Blind?
Motion.
Is there a
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Good
very
night.
much. Do I have a motion to move into the work session portion of the meeting?
Motion. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
First on the agenda, we have a ZBA referral, number 3524. This is for a discussion of special use permit, locations 2829 Crampon Road. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
So I have some drawings with me.
Okay?
Would you like to take a look at them?
Absolutely.
All right, so may I walk over them?
Please.
Please.
What's that?
Oh, Poetry Alley.
Oh, I'm
Should I
sorry.
say- Oh, you said hi, you threw me off.
I'm sorry.
I don't do this every day. So I'm Vincent Podriali. This is my wife, Christina Podriali.
Hello.
We are the owners. She owns a daycare center, learning center on Crampon Road, and we're looking to move it to this site.
Oh, you
Little
actually live
learners.
up there.
Yeah. So I have some soil remediation drawings and all kinds of good stuff in my hand here. Can I
Yeah,
approach it?
please.
Bring it up.
This, you want to look at it? Yeah,
Would you like me to stay here, or would you like me to go
No,
back? to
you
the
can go.
podium?
So Tom will get upset if he can't hear you. You get in trouble.
He's upset you touched the microphone.
I know.
I got a loud voice, so I don't even think I need that. Unfortunately. So my engineer asked me if you guys require a stamp at this time. I said, you know, I guess we'll find out tonight, you know, an engineer approved stamp, because we don't have that on that set right now. So I figured maybe there'd be some, you know, maybe deviations towards it or whatnot, some advice on what we can and cannot do.
Is this printed plan, was this is there a digital copy in our books? No, okay.
You can do that.
There you go. How many square foot is the proposed structure?
It's gonna be 3,600 square feet. It's gonna be a slab on grade we're proposing. So it's like 1,800 a floor, something of that square footage. It's connecting to an existing building. You see that? The driveway?
Yep, up front.
Make sure the width of the driveway.
What's the date on this? 'Cause there is some drawings,
11/25/24.
all right.
Rich, does it have the width of the driveway?
You should.
I guess my word, can two cars simultaneously, you know, one enter, one exit, or does one have to wait for the other?
No.
There's a substantial driveway there now, actually,
Right,
to be
right,
honest with you.
So
right.
the turnaround.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't want
There's an
traffic backing up.
existing one there, right? As a matter of fact, the existing home has a pretty wide entrance to come in and out. Not that
Right.
we need that.
Right.
But I guess the goal here is not to get too close to the stream, so we kind of limit the size of it.
Right.
And we were asked to use pavers other than, you know, asphalt.
What is it, existing home on the site now?
Yeah.
You agreed,
They're gonna
are
knock
you
it down.
agreeing to
You know
do
where
that?
this is?
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
Where that old fence was.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's a knee wall. I'm sure
Keep
you
the
guys see
house.
that. I'm not gonna try to
I mean,
Build
yeah,
explain to you,
Take
you
care
know,
of it.
exactly
Yeah.
what's on the
So-
drawing. He's looking at it, so.
Cronpart Park is over here,
Yeah.
or whatever that park is.
Figured a field stone wall, like a couple of feet high.
Mhm.
And then landscaping on the other side of the wall that, you know, can stop the drainage or the soil eroding.
Have you met with the ZBA yet?
We have a meeting Thursday.
So, if I could add to the conversation here a little bit, if you don't
Go
mind.
ahead, 'cause
So, the discussion that I have had with one of the members of the zoning board is oftentimes some daycares require a little bit more site plan scrutiny than others. And I think that they felt that this is one of those, so I think they really are looking for a actual planning board approval on this, rather than just commentary.
okay,
You know, given that its location, and, you know, the new build-out, I think that's why they feel that. So it would come to you as, you know, to do the site planning on it.
well, we need to get stuff to look, I can't quite see this right now.
Yeah.
I can bring, you know, 3 or 4 sets to you tomorrow if necessary.
What's required, isn't, can we get a digital copy, then we can circulate it pretty easily that way? Can they do that?
Yes, sure, whatever you want.
So, in addition, last meeting you were at, you had a memo from us which listed a bunch of requested materials and some site plan modifications, so that all in play as well.
This is one we should do a site visit at.
I would recommend a site visit on this.
Yeah.
Then let's do a full, you know, the proper procedures, full application, EAF, everything.
This is in a floodway.
We don't have that information yet.
Would be.
how many kids at max, full house?
Right now, I service between 50 and 60 families. So right now, I have 51 kids in care.
So you're relocating your existing business to this proposed site? Got it.
11 stacks. Not a lot. Is there a single drop-off and pickup time and things of that sort, or is
They're
it staggered?
scattered. They're scattered. Kids come in all different times throughout the day. The operation hours are 6:30 to 6 p.m., and in the summer, they're 7 to 6. But we're usually emptied out by 5:30. And we only have about 3 kids in care at 6:30. We open that early because the teachers need drop-off.
Is the existing structure pre-existing non-conforming? How old is it, do we know?
I don't know the age of it.
So you put a nice playground area in the back.
Yes,
That's all gonna be fenced in?
yes, sir. I don't think we got that far yet, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really tell him to do that. I didn't know what kind of fence we require. I guess she would know, my wife would know better.
Oh, we'll see this on it, yeah.
Why don't we schedule
Yeah.
a site visit, and then we can know more what we're talking about?
Yep. All right, so we'll work out a time to get on site. I don't know, it might be beneficial to have the ZBA there too, maybe conservation at the same time if we can.
Okay.
And then if we can get copies of this digitally, just get it
Digital
to the
copies, yes.
planning office. And, then we'll have more time to absorb this.
I understand.
And it would be required to be, New York education law would require it to be signed and sealed.
I'll get those, I can have that for you.
Okay.
Probably the next couple of days. I might as well get them all signed and sealed from the engineer before I send this copies to you. right?
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
That would be fine.
Okay.
Just get it over to the planning office.
Okay,
All right?
thank you.
Okay. And we'll see you on site.
Thank you
guys.
very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Okay, next we have, town board referral. Locations 841 and 851 Kipling Drive. This is, Santucci.
Anybody?
Dan, have you heard from the engineer?
Not recently.
Okay, we will put that one off.
Well, do we need to put it off?
I don't know.
Seems to me this sewers are right next to the property, right?
Yes.
Is this an application to be added to a sewer district? This property's not in it already? Why don't you just fill us in and we'll see if we really need,
Them here?
you know, we can't dispose of this one tonight.
So this is a,
You're gonna have to
This is-
state your name for the record, sir.
Dan Ciarcia for the record. So this is kind of a mess what we're trying to clean up is what it comes down to.
Okay.
So there were 2 properties, one vacant, one with 2 structures on it. So somewhere along the line, the applicant moved the lot line to put the other structure in the vacant lot. So the vacant lot got bigger, the improved lot got smaller. So presently, both properties are connected to the sewer, but the second, now that the other structure sits on a different property, it needs a separate, they share a sewer lateral, which is not legal. So it's kind of, we got to clean it up, and technically, the other parcel is not in the sewer district, so they have to go in. So there's no change in flow really, but, you know, we're working with the applicant to get through the steps here to legalize it. Because this came to us, actually, there was, I guess, a zoning board application and violations with the building department. So this is a part of a multi-pronged cleanup
How did they move the lot line? What was the? did
I
they-
guess they did it by deed. I think they filed 2 deeds and changed the lot line.
Like a reapportionment?
Yeah,
Oh, was that done?
a couple of years ago, I think.
Yeah, I would suggest that we gather some more records for you,
Yeah,
so you get the whole story as Dan
Okay.
is relating it to.
we got 2 structures, and they're both hooked into the sewer line,
Correct.
existing.
Right, but the line moved, so
Right.
one of the structures sits on a lot that is not in the sewer district.
Two separate laterals?
No, right now, there's only one.
But there will be
So
two.
so they would, if they're allowed in, then they would have to modify the connection.
So is, in your, not, from your standpoint, or what you know, the new lot line is between the 2 structures that are shown kind of rightmost on the
Yeah.
property?
Yeah, they just moved it over to,
Yeah, I don't recall that coming through.
yeah, I never saw it either, so I don't know how,
Okay,
That
well,
doesn't mean it didn't happen, right?
I don't know if it went through the assessor's office or
it
how
might,
it came
it
about.
might, should mean that it, it didn't happen, but it might have happened.
They took both single-family residences?
I believe so.
We probably walked past this. We were over in that neighborhood a couple months back.
Yeah, we did a walk around. And this is Halleck's Mill Sewer District, not Peekskill.
Correct.
All right, let's see what else
That's
we
the
got.
story.
All right, thanks, Dan.
There's nothing to do at the moment until we get further
No, we gotta.
information.
And can we find out the violations, why this, or how this all came about?
I'm sorry?
Can we get the violations too?
Yeah, I'll get everything that I can find for you.
Thank you. All right, next we have another town board referral. This is 3167 Lincoln Drive. This is for a SWIP and wetland permit
Good
application.
evening, everyone.
How are you?
Hello.
This is our second go-around. Originally, we.
Tell us who,
You
just
got it first for the record.
tell us who you are.
Gabrielle Salmon, architect for Mrs. Urbina, who's here.
Okay.
So we did get approved first time for the deck. The owner decided to add additional items. However, he didn't realize that we have to go through the same process again. So at this time, we are adding a stone wall, which I knew there was existing because it was on the survey, on the plans, but somebody in the neighborhood claimed that there was alteration made to the stone wall, so we have to go through approval for it. Also, the owner wants to do a 6-foot fence around the property, which is the red line. Also,
Not to cut you off, is the work already done?
so
You're
the
just looking to
stone
alter the
wall-
original.
Stone wall was on the property,
Okay,
but we never called for sign off on it or approvals. And the neighbor, is it the neighbor who claimed that it was altered, that stone wall was altered? There was some kind of report sent to the engineering. So engineering called us and said we have to go through the process for the stone wall as well.
so engineering went out there, looked at the stone wall. He must have went out.
I know. So basically, we adding to the deck that was approved, we adding stone wall, we adding fence, and we're gonna repave the driveway, and we eliminating half of the driveway. It's gonna be just grass, and we applying for sewer connection, which we are allowed to do so. So all these items have to be added to the package and go through the process we already been before. We're gonna do it all over again.
So you went through the process, you got approved,
Yes,
now you're coming back with alterations.
correct,
So you want to now add the property into a sewer district?
correct.
Or, so it's not in the district now?
Well, it has a septic, so we wanna connect it to the sewer.
Are they in the district, do we know, or?
I don't know, Dan would know.
Yeah,
if they're in the
there is
district.
a district is here on the map.
Oh, you're there. Yes, I'm sorry, Dan.
He switched, he was over there before.
No, it is in the sewer district.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this detail you could look at.
And Dan, the issue with the wall, if you could?
So I'm going to give you a quick background on this one. So the reason this one went to the town board is because it's adjacent to a state wetlands. So the applicant did come in for a deck, which was in the buffer area. So they came in for that, and subsequent to that, we got a complaint, and we were provided with photographs, and we actually looked through the aerial photo history to see if there looked like there were any modifications, and it did look like some fill was brought in. So we're sort of amending the application to consider that, because again, that activity would have taken place in the wetlands buffer.
And where is the septic now?
Septic is on the property.
It fell over it?
What?
Did they fell over the
I
septic?
don't know. Could you show them where it is?
Do you know where the septic is? Because I don't remember.
It's in the front of the house, right
Okay.
next to it, to the house, like just in
This
front of
area?
the house,
You're
right next
looking
to
to
the
get rid of
parking
that and connect into the
Correct,
Yeah.
yeah.
public sewer. You want to rebuild this wall? The fill, are we legalizing the fill?
We're
If
legalizing
you
it.
see the pictures, this is original pictures when we were hired. There was a wall.
Do you have any pictures now?
No,
So how much fill was brought in?
I think the fill was brought in this area.
Are we talking a truckload? Are we talking multiple truckloads? 100 yards?
I don't know. I saw photographs of dump trucks on the property in that vicinity. And like I say, you could see that there was some activity when you shuffle through the aerial photograph history.
So this is in a wetlands buffer. Is it in a floodplain?
Right on the lake.
There is no defined flood elevation for Mohegan Lake.
What is it on the FEMA map?
It's probably shows as a zone A, but there isn't an actual FEMA defined flood elevation.
Dan, is the issue, is it a property line issue? Does the neighbor think that the rock wall was moved, or?
No, that was the issue. The issue really was because of its proximity to a state-regulated wetlands. So, our permit, and we also need the blessing of the DEC as well. Like, our original permit was contingent upon them signing off on the activity. I don't know did you get anything from them? Did they ever,
They came to the property.
did you ever get anything in writing from them?
No, they never gave us anything, no email, no nothing, so that's why when we came to the last meeting and we got everything approved, we were not aware that any other regulation or any other, we had to do anything else. So after that, we thought everything was okay until we received the notice.
But the original approval was just for the deck.
Correct.
Yes.
But it was contingent upon the DEC, either granting a permit or
Did they?
saying,
So we
no.
got
So
nothing.
that's the rub. We don't know. They never gave anything in writing.
So we have a permit that's built, or a deck that's built,
Correct.
that had a permit. Now this fill brought into the wetland buffer. There's a fence proposed, and there's a wall that has been altered.
Stone wall, a driveway, and a sewer. 4 items.
In a DEC regulated.
Correct.
How far from the lake are you?
The property.
Not much.
Okay, yeah, because I'm looking at the aerial, and I can't reconcile
Well,
this plan to the aerial.
so the blue area is the water.
That's not what I'm looking at.
This is from the survey.
Just from the survey, okay.
Might be another one we wanna go see when we're out and about.
I would do that.
All right, so we'll set a site visit. We got 2 we gotta conduct. And we would come to the property and take a look at what's been done. Okay?
And tomorrow we have a town meeting as well, so.
Yeah, we're gonna ask that they allow us to do the site visit before there's any decision. Okay?
All right.
All right,
appreciate it.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
There's a note from Robin at the bottom of the agenda, slow down, we're going too quick. How will we ever beat the town board in their marathon work, meetings?
We can have a courtesy of the floor.
That-
I know you would.
That'll add about an hour or more.
Poet laureate?
Do I have a motion to close the meeting?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. That's right.
Don't get any ideas.
Good night. Say good night, Yorktown.
Dad.
Night, York.